All right, family. I was talking for about maybe like 1 minute, not long, but I'm here. Thank y'all for coming. Assalamu alaikum. We're gonna get into it because um, I was planning on getting on camera today. I was working out. I finished. I got on my phone, and my homeboy sent me this, and I was shocked. But I don't know why I should be shocked because we had similar talking points from Charlemagne today as well. We're going to get into that. But what I want to talk about is the fact that since we had a failed psyop from Paul Birdsong, all of the paid and bought for shills are coming forward to try to attack us in certain ways. They're attacking Tariq Nasheed, which is attacking us by proxy because they're attacking the delineation movement. They're likening us to Nazis, all because we're not in the streets fighting for something that does not have to do with us. They want us in the streets bad, and they're deploying their bought and paid for shields to try to shame us. So we're going to get into this first because I don't really have too much time. I got to go pick up a scene at 2:45. So we'll go up until like 1:35. We'll go for the next hour at least. But like, share, subscribe. Um Please share. I feel like since I'm not streaming from Twitter anymore, people don't really want to go from Twitter to YouTube, and I understand that. But maybe we'll stream from Twitter tomorrow. But I really want to get into this because this really made me mad. This really made me mad. We're gonna watch it once first, and then we'll watch it again if we have to.
Nasheed gaining such a following because he's abusive in his verbiage, he's abusive in his rhetoric, and he's here to divide. And his psychology is that of a pimp. All of his books prior to his Black liberation, Black nationalist, Black power movement, all his books was about being a player and a pickup artist. Basically, he was trying to teach you how to be a pimp. Well, we know the pimp to pastor pipeline. A lot of niggas jump out the pimp and go straight into the pastor. That's the best thing smoking. But as things change, as cultures change and evolve, well, he just decided to do it in the Pan-African Black space and then dropped the Pan-Africanism. Hidden Colors was all about what was going on in Africa. All this acknowledgement of Africa. A film directed by him, produced by him. Extremely Pan-African film. What is the person who has this gift of gab, the pickup artist, the pimp, who has seen a righteous path but didn't see no money in that? Well, what do you got to do? You got to get back to pimping. But you got to pimp minds. So what is the advocacy for? What is the abuse that he carries out? Separation versus inclusion. He wants the Black American to separate from global blackness. He wants you isolated here on.
Do you hear this? First of all, he starts off lying. Yeah, he ran off of Twitter and now he's on Patreon saying these things. So he probably feels shielded because nobody's going to be able to drag him. But I did see some people dragging him in the comments of this, but the whole delineation movement is not so we can separate ourselves from global blackness. They're trying to make it seem like we're trying to isolate ourselves away from everybody. No, we're trying to self-identify because throughout history, we have been forced into identifying in certain ways. The fact that we are identifying ourselves, and it doesn't have to do with Africa, it doesn't have to do with skin tone. It really bothers people. And it's because we are the only modern ethnic group in the world. If other people can't identify with us, then they can't identify as a modern people. Their primitive cultures are not taking them off the continent of Africa. It's not taking them out of the Caribbean. We are the model that everyone in the world watches and copies. So the fact that we're saying, okay, well, we are our own ethnic group, we are American, we created this, and people copy us. All of this has everybody um, confused because their propaganda and their narrative around us died as soon as we decided to identify ourselves. And the fact that our movement does not have a leader and that we are all the leader because the code is the leader makes it hard for them to attack because they can't attack all of us unless they attack a leader. So they're attacking Tariq Nasheed, who I'm not a fan of. Like, I don't follow Tariq Nasheed. And that is the problem. They're attacking Tariq Nasheed because they think that if they attack Tariq Nasheed, then it's going to attack the entire all of the people that identify as FBA. But FBA is not the only group that is in this movement. We have FBA, we have ADOS. We also have people that just call themselves Black American, like myself. We are all pretty much under the same umbrella. We are all delineating and disaggregating because we are a native population in our country and we should not be pushed aside by people that just got here yesterday. They want to use him as an avatar for Black Americans. They want to, but it doesn't work because, like I said, the code is the leader. He's not the leader of anything. Most of the people in this movement do not follow Tariq Nasheed. Tariq Nasheed is an internet personality. He is not a political leader in any shape or form. So the fact that they're all attacking, it's been so much Tariq Nasheed attacks lately that I've seen, and I'm like, why are they doing this? And I understand why, because and that's probably why he went to Africa because honestly, once you start feeling that energy of people attacking you where you are, you really have to get away from. You have to go somewhere far away where they can't touch you. I don't have a problem with him going to Africa. I don't care about that. Just because he says he's not African doesn't mean he can't go to Africa. It's nothing but Europeans, Chinese, and Indians in Africa right now. They're not African. He bought his plane ticket like anybody else can. Why is that even a? What is wrong with people? Like they're grasping so hard, trying to figure out how they can attack somebody that it's not even making sense. It's not making sense. Tariq Nasheed did not come up with any of this. We had actual intellects and scholars talk about this for years. Dr. Claude Anderson said that we were going to be fourth 40 years ago and said that we were going to have to figure out what we were going to do because if we were second and we're not getting what we need, what's going to happen when we're fourth? Dr. Claude Anderson had said this years ago. Dr. Norris Shelton was the one that came up with the American slavery descendants. He came up with that decades ago. We've had people talking about this for years. It did not start with ADOS. It did not start with FBA. And the fact that there's so much pushback on this shows that it's coming from high up. Because if all these people in Africa, in the Caribbean, if they can delineate from themselves and they can say, oh, well, I'm a Jamaican, I'm a Nigerian, I'm a Ghanaian. Why is it a problem for us saying that we're American? The only people who had a problem with it weren't in Africa. What do you mean by that? Oh, yeah, you're right. You're talking about Tariq Nasheed being in Africa? Yeah. Who cares? Who cares? They're trying to make problems out of things that don't matter. And that's why we really have to stay focused. Because if we don't stay focused, they're going to get us off of our square and they're going to have us arguing about things that don't matter. Listen to what else he has to say because he really starts saying some crazy stuff. Listen.
Your own. What do cult leaders do? They separate you. They promise you all these great things. They speak sweet nothings to you. He's going to tell you about every accomplishment that the Black American has made, created, or been involved in. He's going to continue to remind you and pump this false sense of superiority into.
No, that's not what it is. You hear this? He's talking about it's a sense of superiority. That's not what it is. Why wouldn't we not highlight our accomplishments in this country? We grew in the belly of the beast. We should not be alive today. The fact that we were resilient enough to overcome everything that tried to stop us, that is powerful. Does he not want us to feel pride in that? I used to really think Deante was legit too. I sure did. We used to follow each other before he got ran off Twitter. I used to watch Grits and Eggs all the time. We had a lot of mutuals. He's not in Atlanta, but he's outside of Atlanta. But we know a lot of the same people. But when I watched Grits and Eggs, one time I was watching, he said that he couldn't wait to sell out, and we see that. You almost forgot that he had a white mother. He's talking like he has a white mother. Like, why wouldn't Black Americans want to have pride in the things that we have accomplished, how resilient we are, how talented we are, how brilliant we are? Why wouldn't we want to have confidence in that? Why would you try to strip away our confidence in that? He took that money and never looked back. Oh yeah, because he's been moving really weird. This is my issue. And I've already said it, but I'm going to say it again. If we can't be them and we can't be us, then who are we? Who are we? They want us to not have a sense of self. They want us to believe that we're just lost Africans. We don't have a home. Well, I think it's been established, very well established, that we are American and we are in our home. And I think that just makes the people that were making their money off of keeping us confused, I think that really burns them up, because there's no way that they can come at our movement. They can attack Tariq Nasheed. I mean, most of the movement doesn't even follow Tariq Nasheed. Most of the people in the movement don't even consider themselves FBA. But they're trying to use him as an avatar for all Black Americans. So what they're doing is trying to delegitimize who you are. They're trying to tell you that you're not a legitimate person if you don't identify as an African. If you don't identify as a innocuous global Black person who doesn't have any identity. That's what they want you to believe. And they put these people out here, this clown, Deante, they have him out here with this stupid hat on, telling you who you are and who you are not. Trying to make it seem like you stupid because you follow somebody like Tariq Nasheed. Well, most of us don't. And the people that do, they do it for good reason. We can finish what he has to say. They trying to make it seem like he's just pimping people and confusing people and making them think whatever he wants them to think. Like, that is so disrespectful. It's so disrespectful. Like, we're just so dumb that we just listen to whatever anybody tells us. They don't understand that this movement has been going on for at least 10 years strong, probably longer than that. It did not start with FBA. But these people are trying to attack FBA because it is the most visible. And what I've also noticed that there are a lot of provocateurs pretending to be FBA starting a lot of stuff online. They try to make us believe that this is just some online rhetoric that does not come offline. And it's because y'all not talking to people in real life. There are people that subscribe to the movement and you wouldn't even know because they don't say it. They're not talking about it. But their moves and their actions prove that they are adhering to the movement.
To you. Instead of being inclusionary, understanding that Africans have had a hand in some of the biggest inventions in this world.
First of all, we've been inclusionary. Yes, he's wearing a dust cap. Look at this stupid hat he got on. We supposed to take this nigga seriously? I'm not. I'm not taking you seriously. But we've always been inclusionary. Our people have fought for people in Ethiopia. We fought for people in South Africa. Even as long as social media has existed, I remember there were campaigns to release those girls who got kidnapped by Coney, I think. And there was hey Raven, hey Danae. There's been so many campaigns where we have advocated for these people. We're not exclusionary people. We've always been inclusionary. And that's not going to stop just because we've decided that we wanted to advocate on our behalf. Why would we not advocate on our behalf anymore? That doesn't make any sense. They want us to stop what we're doing. That's like me going in the kitchen and cooking my kids some food. And while I'm cooking, somebody knock on my door and they say, "Oh, I'm hungry too." And I just get all the food that I cooked for my kids and took it outside and said, "Oh, here you go. Here you go." That doesn't make any sense. So, but that's what they're trying to shame us into believing. And they're using Tariq Nasheed to try to shame us back into a box. Oh, you'll see what I'll play it again. I'll finish playing it now and then I'll play it again.
Fucking fathers of civilization, the mothers of civilization, the creators of arithmetic. But the thing is that that's not good for business. He tried it with Hidden Colors. It didn't hit the same. People were starting to get away from it because it's a hype, it's a feel good moment, but there's nothing to capitalize on it. So then you get micro movements versus mass communal practices. What does the divider do? What does the abuser do? What does the cult leader do? What does the pickup artist turn African, Pan-African, turn hyper American patriot do? Separate, micro move, internet rhetoric surrounded by hate speech and fear mongering. Black nationalism has parallels to white nationalism in the rhetoric of separatism and overlaps of the tribes of Judah that exist in white supremacist groups as well. Some of the most radical white supremacists also talk about the tribes of Judah. So they think their superiority is divine as well, nigga. Drinking. So if you got the same talking points as Nazis.
Look at this. He need to stop drinking. Look how stupid he looks. Sir, you're not making no points. You sound stupid.
That nigga's a fed.
You a fed. Y'all. Like, oh my God. First of all, he need to stop drinking because you can see it all in his face. He looks terrible. I don't even think he got some sugar in his tank. I just think he got a white mama. And his daddy probably wasn't present, so this is what we got. What was he talking about? First of all, we're not a black nationalist group. He think because he's yelling, he's spitting. Yes. Oh, brother. Like, come on now. Just because you loud don't mean you spitting. You sound crazy. Nothing you said at the end made sense. You had to bring it all together and say he's a Fed. Even even if Tariq Nasheed is a Fed, the delineation movement still goes forward. Yeah, I used to like his content too. We followed each other. We were mutuals on Twitter. I used to post about grits and eggs all the time. I used to watch grits and eggs every time it came on. But then you could tell it was a change in his rhetoric. Exactly, swollen and mad. You look like you were out drinking all last night, and you can't and you woke up and you put that stupid hat on and got on camera. That's exactly what you look like. We gonna play this one more time from the beginning because it's ridiculous, and I'm not gonna stop it. I'm just gonna keep going.
You got niggas like Tariq Nasheed gaining such a following because he's abusive in his verbiage, he's abusive in his rhetoric, and he's here to divide. And his psychology is that of a pimp. All of his books prior to his black liberation, black nationalist, black power movement, all his books was about being a player and a pickup artist. Basically, he was trying to teach you how to be a pimp. Well, we know the pimp, the pastor pipeline. A lot of niggas jump out the pimp and go straight into the pastor. That's the best thing smoking. But as things change, as cultures change and evolve, well, he just decided to do it in the Pan-African black space and then dropped the Pan-Africanism. Hidden Colors was all about what was going on in Africa. All this acknowledgement of Africa. A film directed by him, produced by him. Extremely Pan-African film. What is the person who has this gift of gab?
Okay, I gotta stop it right there. First of all, just because he created Hidden Colors does not invalidate our movement. It also doesn't invalidate any of the contributions that Africans have made. Well, they weren't African at the time. Africa is a new concept, but that doesn't invalidate anything that was created on the continent of Africa at all. So I I don't know. I don't understand what his point is. His point is he's just trying to sound loud and reactionary, trying to get his viewers to um agree with the fact that he does not agree with the delineation movement. Yes, there are people online who are hateful, who can, say some pretty awful things about, melanated immigrants and all those things, but people have to understand where we are. We have been in this country over 500 years and gone through slavery, gone through Jim Crow, gone through redlining, gone through mass incarceration, gone through the war on drugs, all of these things, and there has not been any reparations for it. And we have people coming here, standing on our shoulders, getting the reparations that we should have gotten before they even were able to come over here. People are angry and they want to say, oh, well, it's not the immigrants' fault. These people decided to come here knowing that it was a racist country. And they also knew that they weren't going to be the brunt. They weren't going to get the brunt of it. And now these people are getting the brunt of it because they're being shown that they are not American and they are disposable. We have been warning people for years, decades, probably centuries at this point. And these people did not care. They thought, oh, because they're not us, that they won't have to go through the same things that or similar things that we have gone through. And they're being shown something opposite. And the fact that we are not shielding them, we are not coming to save any of these people, has caused all of the shields that are bought and paid for to be deployed to try to shame us back into the streets. And I feel like this Paul Bird song, Failed PSYOP, is the catalyst for it, because we after we finish watching this, we're gonna watch what Charlemagne had to say. I'm starting to think these biracial people are playing both sides. Yes, they are. Yes, this is wild. My folks' business were affected by black. The fact that there were hundreds of Black Wall Streets, and most people don't even know about the Tulsa Black Wall Street, is a problem, because they make it seem like, oh, we're just complaining too much until it happens to them. We weren't complaining, were we? We were trying to tell you the truth, and you didn't want to believe it. This hit home for me. That's why I'm pro Black Americans all the way. Exactly. Why wouldn't we be pro us? Just because these people left their people behind so they could make some money doesn't mean that that's what we're doing. And since we have a stake in this country because we are indigenous Americans, we are going to fight for us. We are going to turn all of our energy that we were expending to other causes. We're going to put that in. We're going to put that inward. And they can't do a damn thing about it. All they can do is attack Tariq Nasheed, using him as a proxy for us. And that's what we really need to pay attention to. They're disrespecting all of us, but they're using him as an avatar for it.
Have the pickup artist, the pimp, who has seen a righteous path, but didn't see no money in that. Well, what do? You got to get back to pimping. But you gonna pimp minds. So what is the advocacy for? What is the abuse that it carries out? Separation versus inclusion. He wants the Black American to separate from global blackness. He wants you isolated here on your own. What do cult leaders do? They separate you. They promise you all these great things. They speak sweet nothings to you. He's going to tell you about every accomplishment that the Black American has made, created, or been involved in. He's going to continue to remind you and pump this false sense of superiority into you instead of being included.
And that's the biggest problem that I have with all of these people. First of all, we're not acting like we're superior to anybody. And that's and for me, that's a dog whistle and a huge tell for all of these people. They feel inferior to us when we start saying, okay, well, our people did this and we created this and we made it out of slavery and we made it out of Jim Crow and we were still able to find joy in all of these things. They feel inferior because even through colonization, they weren't able to do what we did. Superiority, not just accomplishment. Exactly. What's wrong with that? He put false sense of superiority on it when that's not even what it is. So he's saying, oh, y'all are trying to say y'all are superior, which really means he feels inferior because he's half white, he's half devil. Why can't we just be happy? Why can't we be prideful in what our ancestors have created, and the fact that they worked so hard so that we could still be alive today? What in the hell is wrong with him? He's spitting in the face of all of our ancestors. That's not superiority. We do not feel like we're superior to anybody. But the fact that anybody would feel inferior because we are talking about our accomplishments, we got to pay attention to that. You got to pay attention to what these people say and how they say it. They really want us to downplay who we are to make them feel comfortable. Well, it's over for that. And I think the reason why we were so accommodating, because we knew that these people were coming from places that were like hell. Because they're still like that. Those places are these people come from places where there are still dirt roads. I mean, we still have places here that are like that too, but like they don't have running water, they don't have electricity, Wi-Fi, they don't have the luxuries that we have here. And I think that we felt bad for them. So we were letting a lot of things slide. You know what I mean? But we ain't letting nothing slide no more. And they mad about that. No, y'all aren't our brothers and sisters. Y'all are our cousins. We see y'all once a year at the family reunion, and that's if we go. Like, let's finish what he got to say.
Illusionary understanding that Africans have had a hand in some of the biggest inventions in this world. The fucking fathers of civilization, the mothers of civilization, the creators of arithmetic. But the thing is that that's not good for business. He tried it with Hidden Colors.
Exactly. It's not good for y'all's business. When we start delineating and saying, oh, well, this is what our people have done in America, and your people didn't come to America till yesterday, you don't get to say, oh, well, I'm black just like you. Like I said earlier, these people, they come from primitive tribal cultures that are pretty much unproductive and useless in the modern world. They need something to latch onto so they're not seen as primitive people in the modern world. These are people that move to other countries, to Europe, to Asian countries, and they pretend to be Black American. Why wouldn't we have pride in who we are? We're not going to subjugate ourselves in order to make other people feel better, especially these people that don't like us anyway. Whatever these people thought was going to happen, it's not happening anymore. And they need to get over it.
It didn't hit the same. People start.
Oh, wait. And it's not lost on me that Curtis King says sheesh 100. Is that how you feel, Curtis? You feel that way? Because he another fake as well. All these people fake. They just on here trying to get money when they don't realize that this is a serious issue that Black Americans are facing. Our people have been paying taxes here for over 100 years. And the splits ain't splitting. We're not getting what we're supposed to be getting. And we're supposed to be okay with it. No. That's not happening anymore. Just like Martin Luther King said, we are coming for our check. And we're not going to let these people who, I mean, he might not even be one of us. We don't know who his daddy is. His daddy might be Jamaican. You know what I mean? He probably don't even know his daddy. So why would we let him speak on our behalf?
Trying to get away from it because it's a hype, it's a feel good moment, but there's nothing to capitalize on it. So then you get micro movements versus mass communal.
What do you mean? What are we trying to capitalize on? All we're saying is we're American. All we're saying is we have our own ethnic group. Literally, that's all we're saying. Why would there be any pushback to that? I can't say I'm Igbo. Yeah, can I be Igbo? No, I can't be Igbo. So why can you be Black American? I don't understand why there's pushback. There should not be pushback. Hey, Deante 3X. Well, 3 times X.
Practices. What does the divider do? What does the abuser do? What does the cult leader do? What does the pickup artist turn African, Pan-African, turn hyper American patriot do? Separate, micro move, internet rhetoric surrounded by hate speech and fear mongering. Black nationalism has parallels to white nationalism in the rhetoric of separatism and overlaps of the tribes of Judah that exist in white supremacist groups as well. Some of the most radical white supremacists also talk about the tribes of Judah. So they think their superiority is divine as well, nigga. So if you got the same talking points as Nazis,
none of this made sense.
that nigga's a fed.
None of that made what What was he talking about? None of that made sense. Literally nothing he said at the end made sense. Psychotic. Yes, he is the type of person who would get us unalived by massa. He is. But he doesn't care. He's just trying to get money. That's what all these people are trying to do. They don't have no integrity. They just trying to get money. And it's easy to he's doing the same thing that he's saying that Tariq Nasheed did. He's trying to pimp people with his rhetoric. That's the same language that the fake Panther was using, talking about black nationalism being that's why exactly being against white supremacy. That's why I said this is because Paul Birdsong failed. He failed miserably. All of these people are failing because we are standing up and saying, no, we don't vibe with that. That's not with us. He needs to turn the mic down and regroup. He needs to turn the camera off. Okay. He needs to go find something else to do. It's always about money for them, just like that. And I understand it because we live in a capitalist nation, but and I've said this before, I think I've said this on Twitter before, and I probably said this on a prior live. We need to move with more integrity than these people. Of course, we all want to be well off. We want to build generational wealth, but we need to figure out a way to do that with integrity so we can keep our moral values intact. We can't be grimy and scammy like these other people. We can't teach our children that they need to be underhanded and they need to lie to get to where they want to be, because you don't have to. And I don't know if he believes this stuff that he's saying, but at the end of the day, this, in my opinion, this is violent rhetoric. Because just like Danae said, he would get us. This is stuff that will get us killed because they're misrepresenting what we're doing over here. Because all we're saying is we are a part of our own ethnic group. We were here before the founding of America. We are due reparations for the systemic oppression that our ancestors have faced in this country, what we are currently facing in this country. And the fact that it doesn't include people that did not face those issues, that's why they're trying to attack us all. But it's not going to change anything. You can attack Tariq Nasheed all day. You can attack Yvette Carnell all day. You can attack anybody that you feel like is a leader of this movement, but it's not going to stop nothing. You don't believe you don't believe he believes what he says? I don't either, because the way that none of that made sense at the end, talking about first of all, we're not black nationalists at all. So when people say that, it's like when I've heard this before, and when I hear, I kind of just ignore it because we're not black nationalists. In the tribes of Judah, what does it have to do with anything? Now you're bringing in the Hebrew Israelites. They're a religious group. This has nothing to do with religion. I'm Muslim. This has nothing to do with religion. This has to do with reparations. And the baseline for anything, like, this is a question that everybody should be asking. Anybody that's a question that I would ask Deante Kyle. Do you believe that the descendants of slavery, chattel slavery in America, in the United States of America, are owed reparations? Because that's the baseline. If you say yes, but, then I already know what side you stand on. You and Charlemagne are nothing but the same person. And watch what he does as the midterms come up. Watch what he does, because he's gonna start ramping up the DNC talking points. I feel like they're all on, like, they might be all in a WhatsApp group, like, hey, this is what we got to talk about today. You know what I mean? Like, they're all talking about the same stuff. He's calling us Nazis. He's trying to say Tariq Nasheed is a Nazi, but he's really calling all of us Nazis. That Juan Crow mess tipped me over yesterday. I'm so done with them folks. And It has not ended because she's still getting dragged. She's still getting dragged. They bring up black nationalism as a prelude to labeling someone as a terrorist group. We're first, we're not a terror. We're not even a group. We're an ethnicity. We are an ethnicity. So they're trying to pin down who is FBA, who is ADOS, who is a black American. It's 50 million of us. And it don't seem like the people that are against us are largely a part of our group. I'm sure there's some, and they probably are a part of other alphabet organizations like the LGBTQ. But like I said, reparations, that's the baseline. So if you don't think that we deserve reparations, then there's nothing else that we have to talk about. I'm not going to listen to anything else you have to say. No, literally, LOL. That's a real thing. They get sent the same bullet point. Exactly. You can tell, and I'm about to prove it because this is what Charlemagne said. No, honey. When I open the door, that'll mean I'm done. Okay, and then we can go get a seam. Okay. Sorry, y'all. Trying to keep her away from us for an hour is difficult. But I got about 15 more minutes, so we're gonna get on this, and then I might have to come back and talk about Kanye. I might have to change the thumbnail and then come back and talk about Kanye because Kanye Kanye is hilarious. He just be saying anything. So this is what Charlemagne had to say.
I'm going to tell y'all something, America. I don't know how dark or how bad things are going to get, but I keep hearing people referencing 1940s Germany. But I want y'all to remember something when you are bringing up that history. The Nazis ultimately lost. Nazi ideology was outlawed through denazification. One day we will see the demagnification of this country. It will come. And you know what else happened? Leaders of the Nazi regime were prosecuted and tried as war criminals. I'm going to tell.
Do you hear that? Do y'all hear that? Do y'all hear that? Like, I'm completely floored. First, you got Deante Kyle saying Tariq Nasheed is a Nazi, which is pretty much saying that all of us are Nazis. And then you got Charlemagne saying that MAGA is Nazis. They're literally they're laying the foundation of trying to make us, just like Austell Gray said, to a terrorist group. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. And then first, they put a microphone in front of anybody because since when did the Nazis lose? The Nazis did not lose. If the Nazis lost, then that means America lost. And that did not happen. Just like with the Civil War, the Confederates, they did not lose either. These groups were upheld because of white supremacy. I don't believe anything that happened with World War II. I don't believe that Hitler killed himself. I don't believe any of that. Because all they did was absorb the Nazis, turn it into NASA, and they started the space race with Russia. The Nazis did not lose. All of the Nuremberg trials, all that was smoke and mirrors to hide what was really going on. Just like today. Don't let these people tell you false history and have you confused. Anyways, Charlemagne, like I said, this is all because of Paul Birdsong and how he failed. He can't be a Black Panther anymore. Now he's a Black Lion. He gonna be a Black Bobcat by the end of the week. Because when the real Black Lions come out and say, hold on, cease and desist, you can't use our name either. You are a Black Bobcat. Anyways, I'm about done. I'm about done with these bought and paid for shills who lie and they say anything. Um, oh, I wanted to talk about this real quick. Did y'all see what this lady said? Can we just go back to regular police brutality, please? Carrie Otteson. What do you mean by that? Do you have a problem because your people are getting shot in the streets now? You wanted to go back to something that didn't involve you, so you could be safe in your home and pretend like nothing was going on? This lady is an Air Force veteran, and she's saying this stuff. Well, it looks like all her accounts are gone. These people thought that they could be openly racist and they weren't going to suffer any consequences. I don't think MAGA is going to suffer any consequences. Neither are the the blue MAGA people like her. I'm sure she's a blue MAGA person. They're not going to suffer any consequences. But we have to be on the alert for these types of people. Because like I said, like the regular MAGA people, they don't have no problem being outwardly racist. They know they're not going to suffer any consequences. But these blue MAGA people, they are the same people that we see every single day. You probably your children probably have a blue MAGA teacher. Oh my God, this is another thing I want. How much time do I have? I got about 10 minutes. This is something else I wanted y'all to see.
Look at the fucking area.
This type of stuff has to end. This type of stuff, we stop being the black friend to a racist white person. Stop playing into the stuff that they do, trying to make fun of your community. Stop it. It's not funny. And the comments on this is so frustrating. People are actually laughing like this is not funny.
Welcome to taking my black friend to do white people shit.
Welcome to taking my white friend to do black people shit. Today on this episode, I'm taking my white friend to get chicken in the trenches.
Guys, look at the fucking area Solo has me in. Black Jesus?
Yes, that's black chicken. What up, Whoa?
I need some black chicken. Oh my God, I can come in here and buy a chicken and a black and
you like barbecue sauce, don't you?
No, I don't like barbecue.
Straight barbecue and out
Yeah,
today.
you look like barbecue, bitch.
This a 40 though.
A 40?
A 40.
A 40.
A 40.
Some chicken wang
Yeah, chicken.
and some 40 OE. I'll be right back.
What you want to go get?
Prepared for this. My brother from another color. What up, Queen? Hey. How you doing? Is that Harriet Tubman?
Where? It's not Harriet Tubman, bro.
My bad. Sometimes you
They
guys,
all look alike.
sometimes
I know.
you guys all look
I
alike.
know.
The bag is from the grocery store around the corner.
I know, bro.
I didn't know you guys recycled like that.
Ooh. You said what? That's what I'm talking about.
I kind of enjoy old eat. Oh, gotta try this chicken.
Yo, mama.
These are good. Here's whoever made this chicken.
With 2 hands.
Now I'm sorry. I'm just not a part of the coalition that thinks that type of stuff is funny. Yes, I'm from Huntsville, Alabama, home of the Space and Rocket and Von Braun Center. Nazi names everywhere. Of course, yeah. Then you should know who my uncle is. Clyde Foster. That's my uncle. I went to Alabama A&M. I was a part of the maroon and white marching band. I was a dancing diva. I love Huntsville, Alabama. Anyways, I probably didn't even have to tell you all that. But yeah, it's very cringe. That's that black and white nationalist coalition being built right there. That type of stuff isn't funny to me. But we're going to see a lot of that. We're going to see a lot of that because yes, honey, hold on, okay? We're going to see a lot of that because the DNC media, the I don't want to say the J-ish media. They have a vendetta against Black Americans and white Americans. For some reason, they're trying to get rid of us all. They really want to use this country as like some type of satellite program where people just come and work. All they do is come and work, and they spend their money, and all they do is and they go back home, or they put money back into whatever country they come from, whatever poor third world country that does not have any type of economy. The only economy that they have is sending money back home. And white Americans and Black Americans are stopping them from being able to do this. That's another reason why we're seeing all of this Black nationalism, white nationalism. But yeah, that was weird. And people got to stop doing this. This type of stuff is not funny. And we're really starting to see a lot of weird content being made because the economy is so terrible. People don't have jobs. So now we're seeing people just make weird content trying to go viral. Because that's really the only thing people can do right now. Is that everything that I wanted to show? Oh, this will be one of the last things I show y'all today. I thought this was pretty good. And I was going to segue this into my, I'll just go ahead and talk about Kanye real quick. I love Kanye.
We're Native American.
And I don't care. He's a mess. They say he may have CTE. He had a doctor say he was bipolar. He ended up not being bipolar. He got some type of mental issues. And I think the main mental issue is the fact that he don't have nobody like him around him. He ain't got no real niggas around him like Rick Ross say. He ain't got nobody around him that can really tell him about himself. And it's because when he did, he got rid of all those people. And so now he just got these weird people around him telling him everything he's doing is right. And Kanye is thrown off. He is very, very thrown off. But one thing about it is he's ours. And he ain't never claimed to not be ours. So, unfortunately, I'm gonna stick beside him. I just want him to be healthy again. I want Kanye to be healthy again. But listen to this. This was interesting.
By the way, we're not black. How about that? We're not black, nigga. We're Indian. Yeah. We're Native American. Yeah. How many of y'all grandmothers got Indian in your family?
Yeah, you're Indian?
Yeah.
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah.
You gotta be kidding me.
What kind of Indian are you?
Like Tonto Indian?
Shitty cock Indian.
Yeah, I had no idea about the history. I had no idea how inclusive this group is and what it means to be part of Standing Rock and be part of the United Sioux Nations.
Well, I have one that's my tribal tattoo. I'm from, the Pamunkey tribe.
Stand to ask my grandma, yo, grandma, what's your background? She like, Redfoot and Blacktail Indian. What? Yeah, my mother and my father did. We 100% Indians.
I've been in the business so long, and I'm the only Indian in the business today.
Memphis is now becoming the most populated with African Americans.
Indigenous Americans.
Say that again?
Indigenous.
Okay.
You ever did your ancestry?
You know how to do this stuff?
I never did it.
Man, I want to. I want to see what I'm mixed with.
Yeah.
Where I'm from, everybody, they grandparents and stuff be like Indian.
By the way, that's sexy red. That's not
Indian.
They don't have
Native American with their long, pretty hair, their curly shit.
And we are not Africans. We are not African. Are you African, baby? I'm not no African. You African. I ain't African. I don't know nobody.
Find your tribe season. Find your tribe season. It really is about reconnecting to your lineage and appreciating it,
I think it is so important that the people that can find indigenous ancestry in their genealogy, I think that they need to be very, very vocal about it. Because they really want us to acquiesce to Africa, and we may have African ancestry. I don't know. I haven't found an African in my ancestry. I've gone back 7 generations, That's the furthest I've been able to go back on both sides of my family. And I haven't found an African. We just believe that there is African ancestry. We they told us that, so we believed it. But if you have indigenous ancestry and you can prove it, you need to be vocal about it, because these people are really trying to tell us who we are, knowing that we've been in this country for over 500 years. How are they telling us who we are? That don't make any sense. I've seen mulatto on, the census records, but I don't know exactly. I know that there is some Seminole ancestry on my dad's side, but like I said, this is just word of mouth. This is just what I've been told. On the census records, it says mulatto. So I don't have any, I don't have any hard evidence. But as far as I'm concerned, we are indigenous to America no matter what. Most of us know that we were here before the founding of this country. So that's not something that they can take away from us. And where are we going to go? I'm not going nowhere. I saw that video and I wholeheartedly agree with them. I just found out in 2024 that my grandma's dad's mother is full-blooded Indian and Cherokee. Yeah. Yeah, my ex-husband, his dad is half Cherokee. His dad was full Cherokee. So it's not, they're trying to make it seem like people are making it up, calling people pretendians. Like, that is very disrespectful. How, just because you don't know who you are doesn't mean that you can tell somebody else who they are. And I'm honestly very tired of that. Like, people just need to mind their business. Stop trying to tell people who they are. Let me find this Kanye apology. Let me find this Kanye apology. Cause I had saved it to my bookmarks because I wanted to get into it. Yep. Here we go. Oh, this is so small. Yeah, never mind. We're gonna have to go back into this on another day because I have to get ready to go pick up a seam. So, one thing about this that I'll preface it, he gave like a really long apology to the Jays for anti-Semitism, and he didn't really give us the same energy, even though he did apologize to us. Kanye has a album coming out on January 30th. I think that might be Friday. I thought this album had already come out already. So the fact that he's apologizing, I guess trying to re-energize his base of fans is very on brand for Kanye. He is a very selfish person. I might listen to Bully. I really have not really enjoyed a lot of his music lately, so I don't know what to I don't know what to say about that, Kanye. I'm going to keep you lifted in prayer. Oh, Deante 3 times. X says Creek and Cherokee. Yeah, I mean, I believe that on my mom's side there's some Creek ancestry, but I also believe that her mother, who we can't really find any information on because both of her parents died really early, I think that they came up to Chicago from Mississippi. So of course, if they're from Mississippi, there's definitely some type of indigenous ancestry on that line as well. But listen, thank y'all so much for coming. It was a blast. It's a blast every single day. I love coming and talking to y'all. Y'all make this so much better. I don't feel like I'm talking to myself, and we can really get into some things. So I really enjoy this time with y'all. And hopefully y'all come back tomorrow. We can talk about Kanye tomorrow. I'm going to change the thumbnail on this because obviously we didn't really get to talk about Kanye. But I'm gonna see y'all in the tweets. And if I don't see y'all in the tweets, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Assalamu alaikum.